All right, so on to the show. Let's get after it a little bit, right? I want to name or bring someone up here that was a finalist last year and recently joined our board, and someone that I believe is a fantastic servant leader, Miss Lindsay Nelson, who's going to be the MC for the awards.
Thanks, Kyle. Good evening, everybody. There's a lot of money in this room. Let's just make sure there's not a lot of money left on the table when we're closing deals and finishing out the end of February. I know, we're still not done with Q1. Just kidding. In all seriousness, we had some amazing words. Thank you, Pat, for servant leadership. And I will say, I can't attribute who said it because I can't remember because it was so long ago. But someone told me a long time ago, and thank God it stuck hard in my heart quickly. But they said the saying of, you will get to where you want to be when you help others get to where they need to be. And I not only took that to heart as an individual, but also a little bit as, or a lot as a leader, in the fact that when you understand your people and you understand what truly drives them, whether it's your customers or the people that you work with every day, big things happen fast, and big things happen bigger than you ever imagined. And that was my first taste of really understanding servant leadership. So I'm extremely honored and privileged to not only be amongst the room of some of Atlanta's greatest examples of this, some of the greatest companies, but as said earlier, I do believe that Atlanta is a hub and a heartbeat for sales and revenue growth for years to come. And I think we're just getting started. So with that being said, I would love to recognize the 91 nominees. If you were nominated tonight, whether you're a finalist or not, please stand and let us give you a huge round of applause. In addition to that, as many of us know, when we talk about not just sales and business being the heartbeat of Atlanta, sales is the heartbeat of companies, right? We know what we do not only matters, but it's not just sales and sales leadership, it's sales operations, and it's the community support around it. So I'm extremely excited to recognize a number of individuals tonight that not only contribute to the overall profession and the overall industries that you serve, but the entire community that we live in. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and we'll get started. We're going to recognize 6 groups. Sales leader large is large enterprise of 500 million in annual revenue. There is sales leader medium, growth, inside sales, sales operations, and also community. So Kyle, if you'd like to kick us off, we're going to start with sales leader large. In addition, as many of you know, Kyle Porter, we have a number of sponsors that will be announcing these, and we'll give them a chance to not only tell us a little bit about how they're investing in the community and the overall organization, but to also help us announce the winners.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Lindsay. I am excited to be here. I want to start by telling just a very quick story. 3 weeks ago, I was in a room with our data scientists, our CTO, and our head of all engineering. And we were looking at and analyzing over 1 million different sales interactions, phone calls, emails, social touch points over periods of time. We were running linear regression, all this data analysis, machine learning, and I was way in over my head, right? And then I got out of that meeting and I went on a phone call with the CIO of a 20,000 person company. And we were talking about their enterprise customer data platform and how it was old school green screen with no API endpoints and all the different players in the organization. It takes now 8.4 buyers inside of a company to make a purchasing decision. And I realized I was in over my head in that conversation as well. And what I realized is that sales is getting so much more difficult as problems are getting harder, as solutions are evolving. There is a massive evolution happening in our industry, and what we do is super, super challenging, very hard to do, and especially for these companies that are large enterprises. So I'm really excited for these awards and to share our nominees. So first off is Sean Murphy of Fiserv. Sean, yep, round of applause, let's do it. Fiserv is a fintech monster. It's a Fortune 500 company, well over $5 billion in annual revenue. And Sean is leading the charge for their modern inside sales efforts. He's an outstanding sales leader. This is from his team. Outstanding sales leader, held senior leadership positions at iconic companies like McAfee, Veeam Software, and Marketo. And Sean leads a team of over 100 sellers, which includes both sales development, the sales development organization, as well as full cycle sellers. And then in 2017, he and his team delivered a 250% increase year over year in the growth of their organization. So whether it's strategic sales leadership, navigating the complex enterprise, executing across functions, staffing 70 different roles in a year, Sean creates high-performance sales environments with strong organizational health. Let's give it up for Sean Murphy. All right, next up is John Sugart from Comcast Business. So I think we all know who Comcast is, world's largest communications and cable company with over $20 billion in cash flow from operations in 2017. John runs the enterprise sales org, cutting across nearly half of the country. And he leads a team of regional sales executives who delivered an outstanding 2017, coming in at well over 100% of a giant sales number. He's been a key player launching the enterprise sales channel, growing revenue from over $67 million in 2012 to over $300 million in 2017. John, big numbers. Congratulations. Let's give a big round of applause. All right, last up is Marva Baylor with Splunk. And Splunk, if you don't know, is a $960 million security and big data software company out of San Francisco. Marva is the director of the major accounts team and grew revenue over 100% per year for 3 years in a row. She's made the Southeast team the top performing group at Splunk globally, so we're excited about that. And I've done a little research. Marva is just the total package: high energy leader, philanthropist, mentor, wife and mother of two, just a winner through and through. And then her colleagues praise Marva for her winning attitude, humility, and the contributions she makes outside of the workplace to give back. I heard a story that Marva makes her clients famous, like her customer at FedEx, who she secured a spot on Jim Cramer's Mad Money television show, or her customer at Aflac, who's won many awards for their successful security strategy that they implemented through the solutions that she sold. She's an incredible leader, a human being who has positively touched many lives, and a tremendous role model and ambassador for leaders and women everywhere. We're honored to have you, Marva. Marva, let's give her a hand as well. Marva, can you please come up to the stage? Come on up. I want a high five.
Well, thank you.
There you go. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I gotta say something.
Oh, say something.
Yeah.
I'd love to thank my family and great friends that are here, but really I want to thank TAG and this community. So, you know, I did work at IBM with Pat, and that's where I learned about servant leadership. The people from TechBridge are here, and that's been a big part of my life in this community. And I think it's wonderful that we as salespeople together can be recognized for what we do, because the revenues of people's companies is the lifeblood of their companies, and it's about time that salespeople get recognized for what we really do to impact people's business. So thank you for your time, and thank you for this great award. Take care.
Congratulations.